I told him yesterday it's pretty much all hands on deck. I mean, you know, we're like I said, we've got one red shirt. So we got 14 kids, one red shirt, two. Jeff Powers is not eligible till second semester. So that takes you to 12 guys. You know, Robert Thurman, who redshirted last year, the big walk-on kid, probably going to have some opportunities to play some minutes. He's the biggest, strongest guy we have. So there are going to be times when we may end up foul trouble that I may need to put Robert in there just to buy us some time and try to get us through some situations. Maybe we have a physical matchup. So right now we're all hands on deck. You know, we've got a couple, you know, we'll always have some kids nicked up, whether it be an ankle or a sprain or this or that they're going to be. So we're not eliminating anybody from any kind of a rotation situation.
How are you going to get a kind of a balanced scoring? You lost all your scoring really from a year ago, and do you see everybody needing to contribute there?
Yeah, maybe we're going to have to try to keep people scoreless. That might be our best chance. If we're not. I suspect, though, I don't know that we've got. Well, I would guess that we don't have a 20 type score on our team. Even, you know, you might even be surprised if in any given game a guy has 20, let alone come close to average of 20. But I think we have, you know, 7 guys that potentially could average double figures depending on their minutes and the circumstances. So it's going to have to be a little bit of a, you know, it's going to have to be a team deal.
Since you've been here, your team has been known for the prolific scores that you had on the team and left last year. And the people that came back are more your grinders. Is that going to give your team a different identity going forward?
Well, I don't think we have choice. I mean, Alec Crabb was State Player of the Year in California, but he's not. He's a very cautious player. He doesn't like to miss shots. He doesn't like to make mistakes, and he needs to get more aggressive because he's got ability. He's a good shooter. Gary Franklin is a great shooter. Gary Franklin can shoot it from deep. You know, there's a lot of things he needs to learn to do better, but if you get him an open look, he's likely to score the ball.
Does that in turn sort of energize you that there's an unknown about this team?
Well, it's both energizing and scary. I mean, it's scary from the standpoint that there are just limitations that they have. They're going to have for a while, but it's exciting to watch something, the light come on when something happens, and you know, they're a really good group of kids. They're quality people. They're fun to be around. They like each other. You know, they hang together. So from that standpoint, you know, I kind of just woke up this morning thinking, you know, it's going to be interesting to see what they do, because they're going to do some funny things. It's just we just got to make sure that there's positive energy and that kids don't let themselves get down, and that they're playing hard. If they play hard, I told them that, you know, we'll be fine. There's just a whole lot of stuff that, I mean, I can't put 5 guys out there that have ever been in a game before. I just don't have 5 guys. Harper didn't play at all last year and was limited the year before. Mark Curry was out most of last year. Jorge's the one guy that's played any kind of significant minutes on our whole basketball team. And anytime we put 5 guys out there, there's going to be 1 or 2 guys that have never been on a college basketball floor before. The schedule, probably a little tougher than it need be given the circumstances. A lot of these people were playing in a normal year. You'd say, you know, okay, but San Diego State, for example, 9 seniors back, you know, might not be the best year to play them. And there's some other people in a similar situation. The tournament in Orlando, you know, it's an exempt tournament, so you get 4 new games, but it's pretty loaded up. And we at the time, you know, these exempt tournaments have become pretty fashionable, so now all the better teams are getting in them. So, you know, we're going to work cut out for us. Kansas here, New Mexico here, Southern Mississippi. Somebody had scrimmaged them the other day and said they just got they're really big and strong and mature. So, you know, it'll be interesting.
Mike, how's Jorge doing at point guard?
Doing fine.
What is he doing you like? And
Well, he can handle the position, and I've been a little bit pleased that Brandon is starting to come around now in terms of leadership. So we needed him to do that because I've got to get Jorge off the point some. He was our leading rebounder the other day, which is probably not that unusual for what's going to happen because they're not very big. So Jorge was able to go in and get a lot of rebounds, and I don't know that he can do that all the time from the point guard position because he's got defensive responsibilities. So we talked early on about not wanting to lose the intangibles that Jorge brings to the table if he's not comfortable with that position, but so far it looks like he's okay out there. Harper and Mark Curry have been pretty strong inside. They've been pretty steady, not very big, so we're going to have to really block off and do a good job with. We're going to have to do a good job with all the things you should do a good job. Sometimes when you're more talented than everybody else, you don't need to, but we're not going to have that luxury. And we're going to have good help side defense. We're going to have good rotations on defense. We're going to have to all block off because if we get in a jumping contest, we're not going to win many of those. So all those little things are going to be something that we're going to have to insist that we do, and hopefully we can learn.
Super.
Your first year here, you talked about really focusing on the fundamentals. Are you even more back to basics with this group than?
Oh, without question.
Yeah.
Yeah, without question. We with that other group, they were only going to go so far as listening, and so like with any group, you have to decide what it is you balance what you're trying to get done in terms of wins and losses, which ultimately is what your job is, versus trying to win a battle, lose a war. So as you concede gave them the flexibility to do what they did, it worked out. Now we've got to build a really solid base.
How's Bach doing?
Bach's doing better.
What
Yeah.
do you expect his role to be when you guys?
We don't. He's going to have to get in there and play. He'd be our third post right now, as I hear a collective gasp. But it's what it is. I mean, he's done a better job. He's physically stronger. He's done a better job of learning what it is we're doing. He runs some of the stuff pretty well in terms of his footwork and execution. He does a pretty good job. Again, to Bach's credit, for a kid coming in here, given his circumstances, both in the classroom and on the floor, he's made just tremendous progress. I mean, he's got himself squared away. Again, knocking on wood in the classroom. He's working really hard at it. He's doing the same thing in the weight room. He's stronger. I mean, he's just stronger, but he's still, light in the pants. He's not.
He never lifted a weight before.
Probably
the
not.
US, right?
No, he couldn't do body weight exercises when he came. We couldn't even put a weight in his hand.
Ever coached anybody whose first name was the same as their last name?
You know the answer to that.